Hey team, so we're going to talk about this in training meeting, but I'm posting today the Christmas coverage. So good news is I think everyone is getting what they requested for Christmas time off. So that's good news. But I would imagine some things will pop up here and there. So just be aware that we might need to make some tweaks or changes as we go. So I pay special, like really close attention to these instructions because some of you are going to be confused, and there have been problems in the past where people don't pay attention and missionaries show up and they don't have a teacher. So pay close attention to all these things I'm about to share with you. So the first is, you'll notice, well, this is 2.0. 1.01 is on its own separate tab. 1.02 is on its own tab, and also the 2x4. So that is how you can navigate through this document. With 2.0, well, this is with any schedule. Notice that there is no A or B. That has confused people in the past. For the most part, the shifts will be the same as they are currently this semester. But to make it logistically work and to get everyone what they wanted, I got rid of A and B. And there's going to be morning and afternoons or morning and evenings. So when you go through this document, you need to make sure that you're looking at what time of day is it that your name is under. That's super important. The other thing that you should be aware of is that your name can pop up in any tab. So, for example, Jeff is going to be working in the 1.02 schedule for a few days, and he's also working in the 2x4 schedule a few days. It's the same for a few others of you, so make sure that you're looking for your name in every one of these tabs. And if you want to keep track of it on your own in a different place, then go ahead and do that, but just know your name might be in different places. The other thing that you're going to notice is that there are days where we are just spread thin. So, for example, Monday the 30th, there will likely be 3 classrooms, and I'll put the room number of those classrooms here. And there will be no resources on that shift. It's the same here. Well, we'll have a couple of resources on 2.0. So if you want to resource, or if you say, you know what, I want to help out a little bit more, come talk to me and we can put your name in any of these empty boxes. And it would, what that does is it kind of gives us a cushion if somebody shows up sick. So for example, let's say Chris is sick, he can call up the resource and we'll be covered. On the days that we're, just covering our bases, the bare minimum, it might be scary if someone does get sick. The other thing, you can notice that there are yellow shifts right here. Now this is the part I need everyone to pay attention to. So on Friday the 27th, we are short 2 teachers. So I need 2 teachers from our area of 38 teachers to step up and volunteer to take one of these shifts on Friday the 27th. And if no one does in the next week or so, I'm going to have to assign somebody a shift, one of those shifts. And I don't want to have to do that. So if you can look at your schedule and you say, you know what, it won't be the end of the world for me to work Friday evening, the 27th, come tell me and I'll put your name there. Or else, unfortunately, I'm going to have to, ask somebody who has really not taken, or who hasn't been working much, to take one of those shifts. Okay, the other thing is most of you are going to be coming back after New Year's. And many of you want to work as soon as you get back. And many of you want to work full time when you get back. And I would love for everyone to work that wants to, but, and I know I don't talk about this a lot, but I do have a budget that I have to stay under. And it doesn't make sense to have 10 resource or floating teachers here and 2 districts. I'm not saying that's what will happen, but that doesn't make a whole bunch of sense. So if you see your name on these schedules on those last few days, that means that you are expected to come in. And if you do not see your name, you are not expected to come in. In fact, the expectation is that you do not come in. If you do want to come in and you're like, I really need that money, it's first come, first serve for these empty boxes. Where there's empty spaces, I can put your name there if you come and talk to me. But if your name is not there, I do not want you to come to your shift. And then come, the 6th when school starts up again, everyone will be working part-time, and the expectation is that everyone starts working their shift again. We're going to talk about this in training meeting. We're going to go over this more, and we're going to make sure that everybody understands so that nothing bad happens during Christmas break and missionaries show up and there's no teacher. Just know I'm doing my best, and there's a bunch of the teachers who have been helping me with this. We're doing our best to try to help everyone have a good break and get what they want. And, there's a few special people that we should shout out to, such as Jorge and Young and Emma and Elise and Grace, Jordan, Aubrey. These people are working full time. They're picking up the slack for a lot of us as we want to go home and see our family. So, special thank you to them. And I know there's more of you out there that I didn't mention, but thank you. So if you have questions or concerns, please come talk to me ASAP. But if this looks good and you feel confident with what you see, you do have my permission to go ahead and buy plane tickets or, plan a wedding or whatever you're wanting to think about doing during the break. So hope this makes sense. And please, if you have questions, come talk to me.